Rise, ye ashen, tarnished, chosen undead, and welcome Souls fans, new and loyal, to the next installment of your Dark Souls 3 Platinum All Achievements Easy to Follow guide. So, in the last video, we opened a shortcut from the Church of Yorshka to the Pontiff Sulyvahn boss fight. We're now going to do a little bit of prep while we're in Firelink and head over and fight Pontiff. So, how we are going to do that? First, we are going to come over. Do we need to come over to Andre? Optional, depending on how much you're going to use your pyromancy, allot all your Estus over to health.
Tis good what needs smitten.
Now, this is the hardest fight out of the 3 playthroughs we do. We do New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. In the subsequent ones, we are going to have a much stronger pyromancy that is going to make this a much easier fight. We actually have to fight him somewhat earnest this time around. So I recommend put all your Estus into health. If you want to put your green blossoms on for stamina regain, always welcome. Head over to the handmaiden and give her the excrement covered ashes.
Gracious. Let this, I only hope.
Sell. And in weapons, we are going to sell Smo's Great Hammer for 1,000 and Yorshka's Spear for 1,000. Then over here, we're going to sell 4 Souls of Weary Warriors. These are the 5,000 ones. 4 of those for 20,000 in total. Then we're going to purchase, and we're going to buy 200 arrows, just to keep our arrows nice and topped up.
Ashen one.
Head over to our Firekeeper.
Very well. Then taken.
Level up Faith twice to 25. And attunement once to get it to 11.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Travel to the Church of Yorshka. Back at the church, remember, do not go to those statues in that corner. Avoid them at all costs. Do not walk close to them. Do not talk. Definitely do not talk to them. Avoid. So come out. Stick to the high road. We're going to take the shortcut we recently opened. Don't sprint, so do not hold circle. And don't go close to the edge so we can avoid the pyrocaster. And remember, there's 2 invisible wraiths. Over here. Bop. And ideally, you also want to dispatch the scythe wielder. It's annoying he's gone that far. And what we're going to do now is, no, that's Londo Paleshade. That's Gotthard. ANRI. We are going to summon ANRI of Astora. Rings, replace Fire Clutch with Flame Stone Plate, and Great Swamp with there it is, Pontiff's Left Eye, so that we have as much health regain in our build as possible. And before the night comes back, we're going to come in for Pontiff Sulyvahn. Going to take off the bow. I'm going to save Fire Orb for later on in the fight. Yeah. So ANRI's job... Oh, that was a very early roll, Drew. Alright, alright. ANRI, can you... I did explain that your job in this fight is to take the aggro. Green Blossom, ow. So the key thing is, you can't just wail on this boss, unfortunately. Oh, there's a nice stagger leg. It's kind of a hit, see what it's doing. Okay, watch out here. And here, he's now going to spawn. There it is, the clone. Ow. And that's right, it's now a 2-on-2 fight. Alright, alright. But as you can see, ANRI making this a lot easier on us. And why I like to have lots of heals for this fight. Right, there you go, you're down. He is going to summon another one in a bit. Ow, that was too early for a roll. No, 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 Drew. There we go, he's summoning the next clone. And this is where... Oh. So yeah, as you can see with the clone out, you can't really do any damage to Pontiff himself. You have to defeat the clone first. Nearly there. Definitely one of those more marathon-y boss fights, and it is, in my opinion, one of the harder ones until you get to moving. Hence, I put all my Estus into healing. Now, there is an argument for you just go for the pyro spam approach, which is what we're going to do in subsequent when we have better pyro and more of everything else. But for me, letting ANRI just keeps healing herself. So just let ANRI help, and you can get through that fight. I was more aggressive than I should have been, and I should have definitely been paying more attention, and I still managed to get through. And hopefully you will as well. So it might take you a few attempts if you are not familiar, but you will get there. Just stay with it, and trust me, it gets easier. One of the harder boss fights of the game. Pontiff Sulyvahn is trophy number 16 that you will have just collected along with the soul of Pontiff Sulyvahn. Light the bonfire. Rest. Travel. Back to Firelink. Firelink, come over to where Yol was and talk to YURIA.
Speak honorable.
Talk.
Oh, good hollow, Orbeka Vinna, he proclaimed if left fall decisive. Our lord, knowest thou
There you
of a
go.
maid
And she's
named
eventually going to go, do you know
Anshi,
about
the FAILTHFUL
ANRI?
what?
We're like, yeah, we know
Good
all about
tidings, the
ANRI.
girl awaits.
And then keep going until she says,
Good tidings.
thy
The
spouse
time the
is
goats on,
ready. And that's what we're
till
waiting
we
for.
meet may the duck.
With that done, Grey Rat's back! But we're going to come over to Andre,
Risk, wasn't it?
put 2 of our Estus flasks back to Ashen,
But be careful. I don't want.
over to the handmaid. We're going to sell our remaining weary warrior soul for 5,000. Where are we? 4 of our large nameless, which are 3,000 each. So 4 of those. And 5 of our nameless soldiers, the 2,000 ones. There we are.
Ashen 1.
Welcome, speak.
Over for a level up.
Then taken.
And attunement 3 levels to get it to 14, and that will give us, in the bottom right, you can see there, our attunement slots is going to increase to 2, along with a nice boost to our overall FP.
Farewell, Ashen Ming.
Equipment, put on the Ashen Estus Flask, Fire Clutch, and Sage, not Sage, wait, no, Swamp, Great Swamp Ring. At the bonfire, attune, and we're going to attune Great Heal, so we have an extra healing option on our person to increase our survivability. Travel to the Pontiff bonfire. Faram boots. There we go. Now from here, exit, and there's going to be 2 crystal lizards. If you can get both of them in one, you are better than I, as normally I can only get 1 of these. So pick one, and that's normally what happens to me. Right, then... Do I care enough? Okay, you can quit reload or reload the area and get the second one. However, you don't need to get them both. So if you come back here, just get the other one for another Twinkling Titanite. That's the main thing. Up the steps. Cross over. Stick to the left wall. We're going to avoid getting pyro spammed by all the deacons up there. And once you're here... No, not... I didn't put my bow back on. And we can equip the Priest's Chime as our healing option. We bought it for a reason. If you look in the spell buff, it has the highest spell buff for us, which means if we use the heal spell, it will give us the largest buff. Oh, he's a coming. Come on. I don't like that they take that extra smidge of health. It's so frustrating. Oh, you are a caster. I was going to say, I know there's one of these is a caster. As you can see, bow just makes this game... It just takes a lot of the damage off of you. I mentioned in my earlier videos, it is a very aggressive version of the game compared to the others. Everything just seems, in my opinion, everything attacks quicker. It is definitely a game that looks like, by design, you are to either run in and get good and get skillful and be able to handle mobs, or you really have to think about how you can slow it down. We come to this corner because we want this, the Dark Stone Plate ring number 34. And the whole point of my guide being easy to follow is that we take the game and we remove the difficulty of pace by dealing with mobs one enemy at a time. And the bow is the best way I've found to do that. But don't worry, as we get better, the bow becomes less necessary, as pyromancy is going to fill that job and do the job better. Now the safest thing to do here is take off the fire clutch and put on the flame stone plate ring, as we're about to be fighting a bunch of deacons that are going to hurl fireballs at us. Actually no, we don't need to use the bow. So just keep your eye on the deacon at the back. The hefty boy, among the fact that he's got so much extra health, among his arsenal he has the Emit Force Miracle, and unlike the rest, you can't poise him, so you can't stagger him with one attack. So, just a worthy point of note. Now, do grab drops from them. I won't, but there is a chance that they will drop Covenant items for us. So, do grab drops from the deacons. Otherwise, they drop their deacon set. They can also drop soul items as well. Be mindful of where fireballs are coming from. And as you can see down there, we've got our next main enemies coming up. But I always want to come up here because my approach will always be take out the ranged attackers first. Right, Deacon's gone. Note to people to pick up drops as it may be Covenant items. And here he is. Donk, donk. Let us dance with fire! And fire! And fire! And have some more fire! Guess what? Fire! Ooh, you got a trade-off there. So these enemies use the Drang weapons, so he has the Drang twin spears, and this guy is using the Drang twin hammers. And as you can see, what they don't have is a way of parrying. And what we have is a weapon that can stun stagger them, so all they can do is roly-roly. They also don't, to my knowledge, have a way of healing. So the Drang twin spears, because we got the Drang twin hammers all the way back from the cathedral, if you remember, from one of the giants. So it's just the twin spears that we have to grab. Now, if they do not attack you from up here, what you're going to do next is what I'm doing now anyway. You're going to come here, and you're going to come for this large Titanite. Drop down. Now specifically for them, You're going to stick to this right path, and you're going to get an arrow in one of them, and then you're just going to keep distance so you're fighting one at a time, like we just did. Let's put back our fire clutch ring. If you get a chance to put that ring on before you have to fight those two, then do so. Alternatively, you can carry along the top and drop down. My only issue there is if you go further across than I was, there is an archer up top high there who will shoot at you, a Silver Knight Archer. Silver Knight Archer, you say, because this castle might look familiar to you. We are indeed at Anor Londo. Right. Do I not mention about the giants? Oh, that's why. Okay. Right, so... Come back. After grabbing the large Titanites. Back on ourselves. Inside. Send this lift down. So that's now a shortcut lift from the bonfire. You might have seen across the way is a crystal lizard. And that's going to drop a simple gem for another infusion. Head back across and over this next bridge. For a mimic. And outside of items that we can sell, the other reason we want to fight all these mimics is we want to get a symbol of avarice off of one of them. And don't worry, there is a way we can farm one if you don't get one. Once we're going to kill quite a few more mimics, but bomb, 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 and then get away. No. No grab food. Yeah, you can punch. No grab. There we go. So this one will drop the golden ritual spear. No symbol of avarice yet, do not worry. Okay, and then we head back out. So what I should have done was done that first, then grab the Titanite. But I was explaining about the Drang enemies, so there's two of these giants that are not actually dead. So come here, grab this soul item. There he is. I was sure it was this one. Similar to before, the plan is stay by the legs, because that's what they do with their hands. You will absolutely get two-shot by the giants. There we go. Bop for a Titanite shard. And then over by this item. This one will get up as well. Grab the ember. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm just making sure I'm not close for a stomp, and I'm staying behind so that I don't get hit by the fist again. There we go. Titanite shard, and we can then grab another ember. Right, onwards and upwards. Now, if you die before we get the next bonfire, you can skip both of the giants if you just stick to this edge as you come down, and that way most of their fire projectiles from the deacons, they won't aggro you, and the ones that do, you've got such an amount of time to see, it's not too big of a problem. Come inside, and this second archway here is an illusionary wall to a ladder, and I'm not going to lie, this part kinda sucks. And you'll see why in a moment. But we need to do this for two reasons. Whee! Okay. As there is a covenant and a ring here. But the reason it sucks is there are two Pontiff beasts here. So, just play defense. Remember that they can attack up to twice in a row. One. Just give him a moment after one attack to make sure he's not doing the second. When he does the lightning, that's a great opportunity to get behind him and get 3 hits in. 1, 2, ow. Ugh. No. I always die once to these guys. Sometimes more. Always happens. I'm sorry, viewers, but there's just certain things that I suck at, and one of them is fighting Pontiff beasts. Right, best way, I don't need that port shortcut there, so we're going to come this way. And let's put on a ring of sacrifice. As long as you keep one of those on you, it's fine. But I'm going to keep that on, so in case I do die... So there's the other crystal lizard. In case I do die, my souls will stay where they are if I do not manage to collect them first. Just in case something goes wrong. But now I can show you. So all we're going to do is we're going to stick to this right wall here. And there you go, you can hear the fireballs they're trying to get me with, but we're not waking up the giant, and we're not getting hit by the fireballs. Down we go. I'm going to ember because I want as much health as I can get. Get my souls. And... there's nothing really. Oh, I can put the Estus ring on maybe. I'm not using pyromancy on them, so I'm just going to put something else on instead. There we go. Alright. Come on, Drew. Just don't suck. One. Nope. Ow. You gonna stand in the back. Heal. Roll. One. No, just the one. Well. There we go. One down. Now the good news is they do not respawn. And the second one you kill will drop a ring. But as I said, the good news is grab this human dregs, that is a covenant item, that's the one that the deacons can drop. Oh, I two-handed by mistake. Roll. 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 Ow. Oh, that one hurt. Yes, there we go. Always kills me once. Ring of Favour. Not quite the Ring of Favour and Protection from the first game, but a lovely throwback. Now come over here for a deep gem. And a bonfire. Now come over to the corner and pray to McDONNELL. Pray to Archdeacon McDONNELL. Oh, McDONNELL had a covenant. Ask to join. Join. Trophy number 17. Covenant Aldrich. Faithful. That'll do for now. And with our bounty of souls, we can now go back to Firelink. Head over to the Maiden.
Ah,
We're going to sell. Where is there? It is the Golden Ritual Spear for 1,000. We're then going to sell Archdeacon Crown, Archdeacon Garb, and Skirt. That's one. Archdeacon Skirt each. All of those are 1,000 each.
Ashen 1.
Welcome,
Come over
host
to
keeper.
Firekeeper.
Very well.
Level up.
Then touch
Throw
the
a gesture in
darkness with
apparently.
enough.
And now we're going to start on Intelligence. 3 levels into Intelligence. And what I've been doing with these levels is I've been checking what it does to our ultimate stats. So how much fire buff, how much dark buff and things like that, to make sure that we are maximizing our damage with our pyromancies as we do these levels.
Farewell, Ashen.
travel back to the water reserve. And on we go, up the ladder. It's a long ladder. Make sure I put back Great Swamp Ring to increase our pyro damage. Up the steps. Once you're up, come back over to this corner, grab the Titanite scale. Right, notes. Come around to here. Grab large Titanites. And we want headshots on this Silver Knight archer. No, that's not a headshot. Not a headshot. We're still nudging him back, just not as much as a headshot would. There we go. And that's what we want. We want him to drop down. Preferably to his death, but worst case, if he lands on the ledge below, it's still better than where he is. And now we're going to come up here. And as you can see, we're already being shot at from up there. So we're going to come up, drop to the right here, grab the Easterner's ashes, and head up these steps, and then there is our next Silver Knight just here. Use the stairs to our advantage. Up to you, you can rush him down. So up to you if you want to take my Robin Hood approach or not. Oh, wherever he is down there, he's going to be angry. Next archer is over here. Just be mindful they fire 2 arrows. They're supposed to take a pause in between the 2. Oh no, don't fall down. Come on. heal. There we go. Now careful as you come around here, as there is another archer here. That's more like it. Nice big telegraphed attacks, please. That's how you're supposed to fight. Like a numped. You've been making me look like the numped, because I am a numped, but that's not the point. So, next. Where's... Oh, I guess it's from here then. Yeah, so this is where I recalled it from, but yeah, we had to just knock him nearly there. There we go. I wonder if I can see the other one we knocked down. Yeah. Well, there's some of the souls. Oh, he's not dead. That's annoying. Oh well. Defeat you. There he is. I might actually just leave that one. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to grab this large titanite. Come back up. And we're going to head into Gwendolyn's room, if you remember your Dark Souls 1. And in fact, we're going to go even further into Gwendolyn's room, as this is where we are going to perform the rite with ANRI of Astora and become the Lord of Darkness. We're not actually going to do the ending for this, so we are going to do this step twice. However, it does mean that we get a summon for the final boss. Talk to the servant to get the ritual sword.
Well, you're sparkling.
Thank you, Vagina Face. Blech.
Yours, me.
Your face looks like a fleshlight. In you come. Grab the brass set. Not a bad set, to be honest. In fact, in my notes, it says equip gloves and legs. I would not have thought. But then I'd be wrong. Yeah, 71.5. So that only works if we don't have the bow equipped. Yeah. Huh. To be honest, I'm just going to keep the Fallen set. It's such a negligible, and we get the fire defense. So yeah, we're just going to keep the Fallen set on. Sorry, notes, not today. Onwards, and to complete the ritual, to get 3 more dark sigils, we are going to shank the wife. So at the right. Yep, you literally stab her in the head. Outrageous. Come to the right, and in this chest is ring number 36, the reversal ring. Then we're going to exit. And the servant that gave us the ritual sword is going to be dead, because that's what they tend to do to themselves. And on their corpse, we are going to get sorcery number 2 of 34. We're going to get Chameleon. Then we can exit up. Pull the lever. Same as Dark Souls 1. That's going to rotate the central spire. Head up the stairs. And push the lever. Oh, not this way. Push the lever. And here we are. So if you remember your Dark Souls 1, that way was the Firekeeper and the entrance. And we had a gargoyle we would fight on that bridge, another gargoyle that we would fight here. And here is the majestic Anor Londo Castle. Light the bonfire. Have a rest. Some Silver Knights are otherwise going to come down those steps. After a rest, head back. And it's time for a secret. Push the lever. Yep. 2 for 2. I've done it the wrong way. Now there's nothing that actually tells you apart from the fact that there's no other way of getting here. But this is actually an invisible walkway. So straight line, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, straight line, and then roll off to get to another bonfire. Come to the left.
Name
Talk.
myself, strange. I am Yorshka.
There's
Captain of the
Yorshka. We sold her
Darkmoon
spear.
Knights. What beckoned thee to such?
Perform Darkmoon loyalty.
Thou thinkst too. Very well. I will grant thee. Thou'st journeyed
Getting
far.
full-on Priscilla vibes.
Hear my voice. If thou shalt to become a shadow of Father Gwen, a blade that shall then I place. Thou art now a blade, the only knight of. Swear this oath.
And there we go. Trophy number 18, Covenant Blade of the Dark Moon. And as you mentioned that, we are the only Knight of the Dark Moon. Given that, you know, times are pretty hard. It was bad enough in Dark Souls 1, and time has passed, and it's not gotten much better, really. That'll do for now for that one. Coming to the tower, and we're going to do some drops. Dark Moon, into tower drop for Painting Guardian, Curve Sword, and set. There's the Painting Guardian, Curve Sword. And there's the Painting Guardian armor set. Up to you. You can continue to drop all the way down and travel from the bonfire, or you can homeward bone if you want. Depends how comfortable you feel with Dark Souls platforming. This one's not too bad. I mean, compared to the drop for the Covetous Demon Soul, Colorless Demon Soul and Demon Souls, if you've done that drop, you can do any drop in a Dark Souls game. So all we want, come to the bonfire, and we're going to travel to Anor Londo. And I think that's a natural place for us to finish this video and start the next one. Yeah, that makes the most sense. So yeah, we'll do Anor Londo and our next Lord of Cinder, Alrdich, the Devourer of Gods. We're going to do that in our next video. So as always, that just leaves me to say thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Please feel free to offer comments, questions. Let me know how your journey's coming along. If this is your first Platinum run of Dark Souls 3, let me know how it's going for you. If there is anything that I can do to make this content any better for you, I'm always open to feedback and suggestions, but constructive, please. Please, 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 if you have found this in any way informative, helpful, humorous, or anything, please drop a like on the video. It really would mean the world to me. And of course, if you have not subscribed, even more so, please subscribe. That really does help support and give me confidence that this is something that there are people out there who either are benefiting from this or find it just in some way entertaining. That's the idea. I want to be helping people as they go through their Dark Souls journey, either for the first or the 100th time. It doesn't matter. We're all in this together. So a big thank you from me. I can't wait to see you all in the next video. And until then, thank you so much, and bye for now.